Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we last spoke and I'm pleased to show you guys we've got a Manitou on the farm. As I promised last month, something would arrive to come and clean out the cow sheds, and here it is. It's a Manitou MLT 630V. So it's got a 6-metre reach, a 3-ton lift, and it's the V, which means it's a vario. So around the yard you've got a high range and a low range. I've been using it in the low range the last few days around the yard, and it's been working very nicely. It's come from Ernest Doe's, and something else as well about the machine is it's not brand new, it's actually second hand. So if we were to buy this machine, it would be a reasonable price because it's not the price of a brand new machine. So very nicely designed, very nicely laid out, and it's also quite compact, which I quite like. And also Dad likes on the farm as well, so you can get around the sheds, you can get around the yards. It's not the full 7-metre machine, it's not as wide as that, but very nice nonetheless. And you can see on the front we've got a Sutton bucket here, so we've got quite a big bucket. It's actually too big really, although having said that, the Manitou handles it very nicely. With a 3-ton lift, you'll see it can still lift full bucket loads with this. But should we buy this machine, we would have it with a slightly smaller bucket, which I think would be much more suitable to this machine, and also in the sheds a smaller bucket is just better when you're going in and out, for example. So no, very nicely laid out. I'll just quickly demonstrate to you guys. So we've got the Manitou headstock on it at the moment, and it's got a quick attach system, so you can change the bucket, change the implements with the hydraulic cylinder there, which is very nice. And just here you've got your hydraulic outlets for where I've been putting the muck grab on and off. And something I do quite like is when you need to get rid of the pressure, when you need to dump the pressure, you just press this button on the side of the machine. You'll see the indicators just flashing there, and you dump the pressure. So quite a nice feature there if you're changing implements on the go daily all the time. So yeah, very nice, very nicely laid out. And I must say, it's still a compact size. It's not. Pictures don't really do it justice. When you're actually in the yard, it's actually quite compact, and it's quite slim. And I don't know if you guys can see the bonnet there, but it's very slim, very slender when you compare it to, say, a 737 or a 735, 741, that sort of thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys know I am quite a big fan of Manitou, and this one in particular with the Vario transmission, I am an even bigger fan now of Manitou. You can see we've just got this outcut here, and I've got a bottle of water in there at the moment, and cutaway door there, so when you get in it's a lot easier. You can just put your foot up there like that, just like on the other Manitou I tried. Very cosy cab. And something else I do quite like is we have got an electric window there. Yes, so a very nice cab indeed. This is the Elite model as well, which I forgot to say to you guys. So you get the LCD screen in it, and also you can change the settings for the Vario. When it originally came, it was set on 10, and I actually found it was a little bit too jolty. So I've just turned the first Vario, the low gear 1, as you can see there, I've just turned it off, and I find that works best for me. Something else which is quite nice is on the Vario you've got this throttle here, so you can increase the revs. If I was feeding out with a fodder beet bucket, or if Dad's feeding the cattle with a fodder beet bucket, you can increase the revs, you can get that flow out of the fodder beet bucket at a low speed when you're going forward, which is quite a nice thing. So we've got the Manitou JSM joystick, so very simple to drive. You've got your 2 auxiliary controls there, forwards and backwards on the shuttle, and then you've got your plus and minus. So for us that's a change between 1, the low range, and 2, the high range. So all I've got to do is just knock it into reverse like that. The joystick to the left like so to crowd the bucket up, and my foot is on the accelerator. And something I've noticed is you hardly use the brakes with this Vario model, just like the 741 I tried. You do not need to press the brakes, because when you take your foot off the accelerator, the machine will just come to a gradual standstill, which is quite nice. So along we go. We've just got the Western here, and you'll see it's just coping with the bucket really nicely. It's not overloading it, although like I say, if we did get this Manitou, it would come with a smaller bucket. It's just much better really when you're around the yard, and you can scrape up the smaller bucket a lot better. So just the JSM joystick there to shake the bucket. It does need a little bit of grease on the boom, and I believe there's a special sort of like a paste Manitou have for their booms. It's a different type of grease. It's like a sort of friction kind of paint you put on the boom, I believe. I'll have to find out about that. But yeah, very nice to use. I've been using this over the last couple of days in the yard, mucking out all the sheds, loading up the Western, and I must say it is a very nice machine indeed. It's only 105 horsepower, but yet it feels like it's got more torque and more power than the JCB 526 we used to have. And that was supposed to be 115 horsepower because it was the Agri Plus. Yeah, only being 105 horsepower, this is, I must say, very impressive. And I can only put it down to the Deutz engine which it's got in its engine bay. A very nice engine. It's only a 3.9 litre 4-cylinder, but I tell you what, it's torquey, it's grunty, it's got the poke. Just, you know, don't even need to scrap the wheels there. Yeah, a very nice machine, and very good value for money when compared in price to other makes I've found online. So you can see there we've got quite a decent sized ram in there, actually, hydraulic ram for the telescopic boom, and then also there's quite a large ram at the front there, slightly beefier to the 526. Some people would say that you couldn't compare this machine to a 526/56, which is true. So I shouldn't really compare it too much to that model. I've just spilt a bit there. But it's quite a bit of fun filming and driving at the same time. So yeah, I really like this machine, and it'll be interesting to see it on some different jobs, moving some bales and putting it on the fodder beat bucket with the variable revs and transmission to get the right speed for feeding the animals. But you can see here we've got a good full bucket of muck there, and the Manitou just isn't bothered, the 630. Yeah, very nice size. And you've also got the patented Manitou visor guards there on the cab, which are outside, not inside, like on other manufacturers. And it's also got quite good visibility because the metal bars are actually angled at 45 degrees, I believe. So yeah, very nice little feature there. So as I'm sure you guys can tell, there's lots of features I like about this machine, and I'm sure in the next few videos coming up I will show you some of the key features why I do like this machine, such as these mudguards here, which are actually like rubber. It's like a rubber polymer, and when you hit the mudguards they just flex back. I think that's a really clever, neat little idea, and it's got lots of little things like that around the machine, including like an assortment of grease nipples at the back, so you don't have to get under the boom. You don't have to get under the dirt, which is quite nice. Just clever little things like that Manitou have thought about, which sort of contribute to a good overall package. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. It's good to be back. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.